Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have this makeup look for you that I have done, and this is my interpretation of like a darker kind of Valentine's Day look. But of course, if you don't want to use this on Valentine's Day, you can use this on a night out or just a party, or if you're just doing what I'm doing, just having a day off and you feel like glamming yourself up, this is definitely one to do because it is really fun. So basically I've just done it's almost like a really dark kind of gold look. I've used Utopia by Geek, which I've recently just busted into. I've had it for ages and I haven't used it, so I have used that pigment today. It's super pretty, and I've just gone for a really peachy look and some badass hair. I really like how this turned out. I've just braided like the side of it. I think it looks really cool. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this talk through makeup tutorial, and I hope you guys are going to have a wonderful Valentine's Day. Or if you don't want to do anything on Valentine's Day, just hang out with your girlfriends, put on a horror movie and eat some chocolates. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and I will jump straight into the tutorial. So first thing that I want to do is prime my face, and the one that I'm using today is by Loreal, and this is the Skin Perfection Primer. This is just really nice just to fill in any kind of large pores, fine lines, that kind of thing, which I definitely do have large pores around my nose area. So I'm just going to work that in, and that's just going to create a really nice smooth base. For foundation, I've decided to use my MAC Studio Sculpt in NW20. I want to give this a really good shake because it does have quite a lot of, it's kind of watery, this foundation, so you want to give it a good shake just so it all combines together and it's all one nice color. And I'm just going to blend that out with my damp beauty blender. To conceal underneath my eyes and to do a slight amount of highlighting, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in 15 Fair, and I'm just going to run this along my under eye area in a slight V shape, and that's just going to help just kind of highlight a little bit more. And I find this concealer is really easy to blend in, and it does highlight quite nicely. But I'm just going to pop that in the center of my brows, Cupid's bow and chin, and then blend it out with my damp beauty blender again. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of cream contouring today, and for that I'm going to be using my Maybelline Fit Me Stick in 330, which is the darker shade that you can purchase on the Australian market. So I'm just going to run that quite heavily underneath my, just underneath my cheekbones, my temples, my forehead, and just do the same on the other side, as well as my nose, and also on just underneath my lip as well. And that's just going to bring my lip down a little bit, and it's going to make it look a little bit more pouty. And I'm just going to blend that out with my Sigma F84 Top Kabuki brush. And to set that all in place, I'm going to be taking my Australis Fresh and Flawless powder in the color Deep Natural, and I'm going to put this all over my face just to set everything, but I'm just going to do a really light layer and not cake it up too much, so just pretty much setting everything so it doesn't budge all day. I'm also going to do a little bit of blush now as well, and I'm using this one by e.l.f. and this is in the colour Twinkle Pink, and this is just a really nice, very light pink with a little bit of sparkle in it, and it's just going to complement everything really nicely. And because it is quite subtle as well, it's just going to slightly tie the look together, but it's just a really pretty pink colour. So very subtle but very pretty, and for highlighting I'm going to be using my favorite product, which is the MAC Soft and Gentle highlighter, and I just like to take this on a small fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I find that applies it quite nicely. I'm just going to put that on the tops of my cheekbones, also on my forehead, down my nose a little bit, on my cupid's bow, and also on my chin. So highlighting's done. I'm going to quickly do my eyebrows off camera, and then I will zoom you guys in to do the eyes. So I've already primed my eyes with the Mica Beauty Cosmetics. This is just a kind of flesh tone primer as well, so just prime with whatever you've got. But then I'm going to go into the Chi Chi's Mattes palette, and this has quickly become one of my new favorites. And the first shade that I'm going to take is the second to the left, or well, yeah. And I'm just going to take that on a fluffy kind of brush, and this is like a taupey purple shade, and I'm going for a lot of cool tone colors today, so I'm just going to run that through the crease area a little bit higher than what I would normally do it, just because this is kind of like the transition shade, but it is also going to be one of the main shades that are going to be popping through, so just be a little bit generous with this, and you can totally blend out the top of it, so if it's not perfect, don't worry too much. So I'm just going to blend that from inner corner to outer corner, and just make sure that all of the color intensity is mainly on the outer corner. So second shade that I'm going to take is this kind of camel brown shade, and this is going to go straight into my socket, and this is going to be the deepening shade. And it doesn't really matter if you get too many colors onto the eyelid, because we're going to be completely covering that up with a Pigment by Makeup Geek, so don't worry too much if it gets onto your eyelid. Just try focus on really deepening it up the socket line, because it's going to give a lot more drama and a lot more depth, which is what we want, because the pigment that we're using is really intense. So if the more that you can deepen up the socket, the better really. So just go to town with that brown color. So that's all the eyeshadows that I want to use right now. We'll go back to the eyeshadows once I have put the pigment on to deepen up and redefine the socket line and the crease. So for the pigment that I'm using today, it is by Makeup Geek, and it's in the color Utopia, and this is a really nice, almost like a greenish kind of goldy taupe color, if you can see that. It is so stunning, but all I'm going to do is pop a little bit more of my eye primer on, just to make sure that it adheres to my eye, and then I'm just going to use my finger and take what's in the lid, and I'm just going to dab that onto where I put the eye primer. So going back into the eyeshadow palette, I'm going to be taking this color here, and this is kind of like almost like a rusty kind of burgundy red almost. You can see that there is another burgundy color in here, but this one's way more purple than this one, so it's got a lot more red tones to it. So I'm just going to take that on a pointy brush, and I'm going to focus that right into the socket line, and because it's kind of that purpley color, it really complements this color, I find. So I'm just going to really redefine my socket line, and then blend it out with just a blending brush, and just make sure that there are no harsh lines. And for the lower lash line, I'm just going to be taking just that first color that we used, also the darker kind of reddish shade, and then I'm going to blend it out with that brownie kind of shade that we used in the crease as well. So just blend those out with those two, and that's pretty much it for the eyeshadow. Now Now for the inner corner, I'm going to be taking this NYX Ultra Pearl Mania in the color White Pearl, and this is just a really nice iridescent kind of white shade, and it's really going to help open up the eyes a little bit and brighten those up because we have used quite a lot of dark colors today. So basically just get a little bit on a pencil brush and just dab that on the inner corner, and then take just a little bit more and put that just underneath the brow bone, and that's just going to kind of break up all the matte shades that we've used as well. Now just to give your eyelashes a really good curl and put on a coat of your favorite mascara, and today I'm going to be using one by Arbonne, and it is the It's a Long Story mascara. So now the eyes are done, I'm going to move on to the lips, and I'm going to be using a little duo that I've been loving recently, and this is by Savvy by DB. This is their lip liner in the color Rose, and then I'm going to be using this Savvy, I think it's, yeah, Savvy Shine liquid lipstick in the color Onset, and it's a really pretty peach color, and I'm just going to just draw in my lips a little bit and then pop that on top, and that is the look complete.